yet? You saw the media yet? All the questions?
Oh yeah, not bad. Not too bad. Which one am I looking at? Does it matter?
Any of them.
Okay.
So what did the stint here tell you about the game? And I'm sure you've been asked this question before, but now reflecting back on it and what you need to do this offseason.
Yeah, I'm. What I need to do with this off season, definitely get bigger and stronger. That's kind of been a point at every stage in my hockey career. So, because I've always been a skinnier guy. But yeah, it's a little bit more emphasis now, and I think I'm getting older, and I think it'll be a lot easier to do so. So that, and yeah, I think last 10 games have been good. I think it was the end of the season. Guys had already played 70-something games, so I think it was a little bit easier coming in that time than mid-season. So I think I'm expecting a little bit more intensity next season, but going against other guys. But I think it was good to get my toes wet and see what kind of game it is, see how fast it is, and the physicality of it, and get a little confidence that I can play here and contribute to the team.
Is it what you expected or what you dreamed of?
Yeah, I mean it's in the hockey aspect. I think I think it met the expectations of how hard it was going to be, and I think how many games you play, and how you have to treat your body, and like almost the turnover, like it's a lot different from college. So that was probably over my expectations. Like we had Friday, Saturday, and then you have 6 days to fix any bumps or bruises. Here you got Friday, and then you're playing Saturday or Sunday, so you got to get going, and so there's no time to waste. So that was definitely, that might have been the biggest adjustment, but I think that it's really good to see that and know what's coming and kind of get acclimated to that. So that was probably the biggest. I was done with that.
What was the season overall like? I mean, you played in Michigan for 2 different Team USAs, and then you come here, a lot of hockey in a lot of different places. Was that ever a problem trying to adjust?
Yeah, no, it was definitely a lot of hockey. I wouldn't say it was too hard to adjust. I played international tournaments with new teams a lot, so and I think kids nowadays, you play in your summer tournaments, and I did it when I was really young too. You play on your team, and then you play 7 different summer tournaments, and you learn over time how to play with new players, and so I think for me, I just tried to build chemistry with your line mates as fast as possible. You get a couple practices and you see how they play, their strengths. You see your strength, or your strengths, and that's the biggest thing when you're playing with new players. You just got to play your strengths, and hope they kind of pick up on yours, and hope that theirs, they kind of go together. If that makes sense.
On that topic of Team USA, you were asked when you first started here if you were going to consider playing in the World Championship this summer. Have you made a decision on that?
Yeah, I don't think I'm going.
So what is your plan now for the summer? Do you go back to Massachusetts and just start training again? Or?
Yeah, I think it's a mix of going back to Mass, and then I might go to Michigan as well. It's I think I have 2 really good spots where I train. So one back in Foxborough, and then at USA I've trained there too. So I think I'll probably do a little bit mix of both on the same program. Just skate, be home for a little bit, get that rest, and work out, be with my family, and then go to Michigan, and I think probably skate with the Hugheses and their group, and then work out with Brian Galvin at USA. So.
And then with the season, coming in here to the NHL level, you had a lot of success, like right off the bat here. I mean, 9 points in 10 games. Did that surprise you at all that you were able to step right in and start immediately producing?
Yeah, a little bit. I think, after the first game, I think I was like, all right, I think I can do this. I didn't know, points were going to come like that, but they did, and I think that's a lot goes to that, to my line mates and the people I was playing that were around me playing. So yeah, I think I wasn't totally expecting it. I think I could have an impact, but I didn't know it was going to be as much as that, I'd say.
When you first got here, you talked about wanting to be a sponge and kind of learn everything. What are some of the things that you've learned, and are there any teammates in particular that have made an extra effort to teach you some stuff?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, my line mates, they were great. Ebbs and Donato, they were awesome, kind of helped me with the game, just little things on the ice that, people don't really see, but it goes a long way in, making the game easier for me, for keeping pucks moving, not trying to take pucks back, I like to do that. There's a time and place, but, little things on the ice like that. And then off the ice, just like I said, the game aspect of having games in a ton of days, little recovery things and things like that I kind of just saw people doing, and I'd pick them up. I was like, oh, that's great. Let's do that. So, yeah.
You've been in Seattle a handful of games versus most of the boys, the majority of 9 months now. Anything you've learned about Seattle? Any of the boys saying, hey, you really got to come eat here? Or any favorite places to eat? Or, it's a little bit different than the other coast you're from.
Yeah, yeah, definitely different from Michigan. Honestly, somewhat similar to Boston in a way. There's great restaurants here that we've been to. We've actually been to a good amount. I think we went to Bourbon Steak a couple times. That was great. But yeah, no, great restaurants. Finally have some seafood again that I can eat. Unlike Michigan, I didn't really have that. So that's honestly been great. I'm like, oh, I can eat the clam chowder here. So no, that's been honestly huge, and it's. I don't know. People who live in Seattle might think differently, but for me, being kind of new here, I think it's somewhat similar to Boston. It kind of gives me that home feeling. You got a nice city, you got the water, you got great food around, and I haven't been able to do much exploring. My parents were able to while they were here, but I think we're gonna come back in the summer and do a little bit more than what I did. But yeah, no, I love my first 3 weeks here. So I had a lot of fun, and yeah, I think the food was great. So.
Matty, a bunch of your Michigan teammates made the same jump as you did. Have you guys had a chance to catch up? Are there differences or unique things in your experience or things you've heard from them?
I think it's a lot of similar experiences. With the guys, I've talked to a lot of them. Met up with Bordelot when he came here. And it's just been, honestly, from what I've heard, they've all have great experiences like I have. The guys have been great, welcoming them in each of their teams, and, the play-wise, I think they're all doing great. I think they, I think for the most part, guys expected it to be, really difficult. It was difficult still, but I think that the way overall, I think the guys that made the jump, they handled it well, and maybe it was just they were able to acclimate to the game a little bit quicker than I think we all thought we were gonna. So I think those two things, and like I said, that goes, a lot of credit goes to the people that you're around and them helping you feel like you're a part of the team and comfortable with everyone, and then you can start to really play your game. So.
Man, you look like you've been comfortable from the moment you walked in the building here. Have you been, or have you kept, was there anxiousness at the outset that you managed to just keep underneath a cool outside exterior, or how has this kind of played out for you in that regard?
Yeah, I think it was more excitement than it was, nerves. Like I said, I hate to keep going back to it, but it's honestly, I had great guys around me. I had Ryan, he made me feel pretty comfortable when I got here, and a lot of other guys, even before I got here, they were reaching out. They were, if you have any questions, text me, things like that. So I was like, you're walking into a team and they're welcoming you instead of, pushing you aside or something. You start to feel more comfortable, and then when you get to the hockey aspect, if you things are going right off the ice, when you get to on ice, that's just hockey, and you're playing what you've been playing for your whole life. So I think that's the biggest thing when things are going well off ice, on ice is going to go well.
Awesome.